Hello.
Freud Laven. What's up, y'all?
What's up, everybody? No, it's not ours. I gotta stop saying that. That doesn't belong to us.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Freud Laven.
My bad. Well, I had the video up to make sure everything was good.
I got it.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sister Bonnie. Good morning, Sister Bonnie. Good morning, everybody. Make sure when you come in the room, you say hello to us and to all of the night.
That's yours. Or you're not using this.
You'll have to hit that because then you won't hit a whole bunch of verses in that chapter. Let's see what happens again.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, Brother Vince. Good morning, Miss Kathleen. Good morning, Miss Angie. If you are determined to have a productive Friday, go ahead and put a boom in the comment feed. All right. It's good to be back. Missed yesterday. It's good to be back today.
You missed yesterday?
I did. No, I had to. It was raining yesterday, and I knew it was going to take me a time to get there, and I had to get to the church in order to prepare lunch. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do Midday Motivation, then get to the church and get everybody lunch on time, and then start what I got to do at 12:25. It's not going to happen. Okay, so at 10 o'clock, I just sent it out and said, no Midday Motivation today.
Okay. So maybe we can do morning motivation, and you do it earlier. Like you say midday, you think like 11, 12, 1-ish. When you say morning motivation, you can do that at 9 o'clock on Thursdays. Or you can do a really early morning to get people started on their day.
You sure can.
Like a 7 o'clock.
Sure can. Because she's doing prayer at 6 a.m. anyway on Thursday, so she sure can go right ahead. Because I'd be on there like that. What's up? Breath stinking, everything. I'm just saying.
All right, we crossed the line.
I'm just saying.
Motivate the people.
We're gonna motivate the people. Brush your teeth.
Job.
All right, we are in the book of Job. Job is, remember, he is dealing with boils all over his body. Have you? Boils hurt, and this guy has boils from the top of his head to the sole of his feet.
Yes,
he is scratching.
No, that's what you was going to ask. Have you?
He's scratching. Nope. He is scratching them. It is, and people that have had him would tell you, man, just one is tremendously painful. He's got him all over. It's a wonder that he's even able to talk. The only thing I can liken it to is when I had chicken pox, and we had them all over. You even had them in your mouth and stuff, and it was like you couldn't talk. It was painful just to live. Right?
Boil is more like a.
It's like a
cyst almost.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm talking about the pain wise. That's what I'm talking about. That's the only thing I can equate it to.
Gotta step out. That's my mama.
So, it's an eventful day here in the Freeman household. Got plenty going on. And so he's dealing with this, and he's dealing with his three friends. And we finished on Wednesday. We finished up chapters 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. And with those, that was Job giving his discourse, basically giving his summary of everything that he's been saying, letting these guys know, look, you guys can keep saying that I am unrighteous, but I'm telling you, I'm a righteous man. I'm blameless. I haven't done anything wrong. This is not because I'm not dealing with this because God is getting me back. That's what their contention was. The contention of his friends was God is getting me back. That's why I'm dealing with this struggle. That's why I'm dealing with this issue. That's why I've lost my children. Almost just about lost my wife because she's saying foolish things. All I have is these messengers, myself and my wife, and these so-called friends.
But notice, and I'm going to say this in today's society, we are quick to run in our marriages. Notice Mrs. Job didn't talk gibberish and Daddy Job was like, I'm out of here.
Daddy Job.
Mama Job talked foolish. Daddy Job went to God.
Yep.
You know,
And so he has gotten to the place where in his grief and in his pain and his anguish, he has cursed the day of his birth. He hasn't cursed God. He's mad at God. He's upset with God. And he's even beginning to think, I wish I could talk to God. And then he says, for what? He won't listen. He won't answer. And so we get introduced, hey, good morning, Miss Dawn, to a gentleman, to a different guy by the name of Elihu. Elihu comes up in chapter 32. He is not one of the three friends, Eliphaz, Zophar, and Bildad. Thank you. So Elihu's a different guy. Elihu is long-winded. Elihu is long-winded. What?
Of all the things you could have said about him, he's long-winded.
Watch what I tell you. He's long-winded.
Excuse all the banging of doors in the background.
Yeah, we have crazy people.
They're unloading the car.
And just forgetting that we're online. And
not that, but they're running in and out to unload
day
the
at the
car.
Freeman household.
So they're working. I'm not even mad. So just disregard the door closing in the background. Amen. Amen.
And they're whispering and because they want to talk.
No, that's fine.
Good morning, Sister Bert, Mr. Portia, Reverend Portia.
Hey, Portia.
Sister Bert, I'm going to send you an email shortly. Sorry, I just needed to say that. I was getting ready to text you.
Back to Job.
All right. Chapter 32, verse 1. So these three men ceased answering Job because he was righteous in his own eyes. So basically they have said, all right, Job, fine, whatever. And you don't need to say nothing else to you because we're telling you what it is and you telling us it ain't what it is. I don't know what to say. It's that point of you've been telling somebody something over and over and over and over again and they just won't get it. And you're like, you know what? Fine. I ain't saying nothing else.
I'm not saying nothing else.
Saving my breath.
Anything else?
As a matter of fact, Job told me, put your hand over your mouth. Job 21:5. Shut up. That's the biblical shut up. All right, verse 2.
Hashtag the Bible says.
Oh, man. Then the wrath of Elihu. Notice it says the wrath. So he is mad. He is upset. The son of Berachel, the Buzrite of the family of Ram, was aroused against Job. His wrath was aroused because he justified himself rather than God. Now he's mad at Job because Job is basically said, I've done nothing wrong and I've this and I this, and he did not give credit to God. So he is upset. Elihu is upset. Now, why is he beginning to speak now? Let's keep going. Verse 3. Also against these three friends, his wrath was aroused because they had found no answer and yet had condemned Job. So his problem is y'all telling Job what the answer is, but that ain't the answer. All you've done is come here and condemn Job. After 7 days of being silent, the 7 days of silence, Job goes through the turmoil. They come be with him. 7 days of silence. Then Job speaks, and they've done nothing but condemn and accuse Job for this entire time. And Elihu is beside himself. All right. Now, why didn't he say anything before? It says, verse 4. Now, because they were years older than he
respected his elder.
Elihu had waited to speak to Job. So, of course, in that culture, they're older. So you don't say nothing. You wait to hear what the older folks say, what those that are older than you say. When Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouths of these three men, his wrath was aroused. So he was listening to them. He's listening to Job. He's listening to them. He's listening to Job. And everybody stopped talking. He's like, now it's my time to say something. Now it's my time to get these jokers back. All right. And so verse 6, so Elihu, the son of Berachel, the Buzrite, answered and said, I am young in years, and you are very old. Therefore, I was afraid and dared not declare my opinion to you. I said, age should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the breath of the Almighty gives him understanding. Great men are not always wise, nor do the aged always understand justice. Therefore, I say, listen to me, verse 10 says. Now, what he says in verse 10 is what he says for the rest of the chapter. Listen to me. Listen to me. Get ready, because I'm getting ready to tell you. 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 I'm going to tell you everything I want to tell you. I'm going to tell you everything I want to tell you. Listen, listen, listen. Get ready, get ready, get ready. That's where he's going. That's where Elihu is saying to them in chapter 32. That's why I told Dina, I said, listen, we getting ready to go to chapter 33 real quick. Look at verse 21 of chapter 32. Let me not, I pray, show partiality to anyone, nor let me flatter any man, for I do not know how to flatter, else my maker, God, would soon take me away. Chapter 33. Now, Job is going to first go to, Elihu is going to first go to Job. He says, but please, Job, hear my speech and listen to all my words. Now I open my mouth. My tongue speaks in my mouth. It's like, you see how he's saying it, like, I'm saying what I'm saying, and my mouth going to say what I want to say. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, say it. Spit it out. That's why I say he's long-winded. He just says it like 17 times. My words come from my upright heart. My lips utter pure knowledge. The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. If you can answer me, set your words in order before me. Take your stand. Truly, I am as your spokesman before God. I also have been formed out of clay. Surely no fear of me will terrify you, nor will my hand be heavy on you. Surely you have spoken in my hearing, and I have heard the sound of your words, saying, verse 9, I am pure without transgression. I am innocent, and there is no iniquity in me. Yet he finds occasion against me. He counts me as his enemy. He puts my feet in the stocks. He watches all my paths. Those are things that Job basically says. So he basically goes to Job and says, listen, this is the stuff that you said, and this is why I got a problem with it. Verse 12, look, in this you are not righteous. I will answer you, for God is greater than man. Now, first of all, Elihu is a good guy. The problem Elihu has is he's defending God. We do not need to defend God. And if we did, then that would suggest that we are more powerful than he is, right? We don't need to defend God. God is big enough to defend himself. We defend the gospel. We don't have to defend God and say, God is really this and God is really that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, we just defend the gospel. Elihu is trying to defend God. He's trying to speak up for God. You don't have to speak up for God. God is big enough to speak for himself. He says, verse 13, why do you contend with him? For he, God, does not give an accounting of any of his words. For God may speak in one way or in another, yet man does not perceive it. Verse 15, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men while slumbering on their beds, when he opens the ears of men, then he opens the ears of men and seals their instruction in order to turn man from his deed and conceal pride from man. And that kind of shows us that there will be dreams, that people do dream. Hey, Minister Lewis, people do dream, and God does speak to us through dreams. That sometimes I know the Lord speaks to me through dreams at times, and others. That God can either give a warning through a dream, or God can either give us some instruction in a dream to tell us how to do something, why to do something, when to do something, can even give us a warning to get out of something or get away from something. All right, that God absolutely does that. And he says, verse 18, he keeps back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. In other words, when God does that, he's keeping you from being from getting or being in trouble. Chapter 33 rather. And it says verse 19, man is also chastened with pain on his bed and with strong pain in many of his bones. This is where he's saying that sometimes God does allow sickness as a result of something we've done. Okay. He's not saying this is because you've done something wrong. He's saying that God does allow that. All right. Skip down to verse 23. If there is a messenger for him, a mediator, one among 1,000, to show man his uprightness, then he is gracious to him, he says, deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. His flesh shall be young like a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. He shall pray to God, and he will delight in him. He shall see his face with joy, for he, God, restores to man his righteousness. He's letting them know, that these things may happen. God may allow these things to occur, but God is still going to hold you up with who you are, even with your uprightness. You're still going to be righteous. You're still going to be in his hand. He's still going to take care of you, even in the midst of everything going on. Hey, Deacon and Sister Betty, Deacon and Sister Smith. Jesus, I'm looking at Deacon and Betty. Deacon and Sister Smith. All right. Look at verse 31. I'm sorry, verse 29. Behold, God works all these things twice, in fact, three times with three times with a man. Verse 30. To bring back his soul from the pit, that he may be enlightened with the light of life. God may do this over and over and over again to bring us back to him. He may allow this over and over again to bring us back. He may give us the same dream over and over again. He may speak the same word over and over again. He may allow the same issue over and over again to bring us back to him. We don't know. We would have to inquire of God, and God can tell us, right? Verse 31. Give ear, Job, listen to me. Now remember, he's defending God. Like, you don't need to defend God. You defend the gospel. We don't defend God. You don't hear anything. I'm assuming everybody else does, because y'all are amen, and we heard it when we tested. So maybe just update your or refresh your screen. I'm not sure, because the sound is working on this end. So unless you're talking about what I just said. The sound is working on this. Yeah, we got sound. Okay. Give ear, Job, listen to me. Hold your peace, and I will speak. If you have anything to say, answer me. Speak, for I desire to justify you. If not, listen to me. Hold your peace, and I will teach you wisdom. Now, did you catch how he just said that? He says, give ear, Job, listen to me. Hold your peace, and I will speak. If you have anything to say, answer me. Speak, for I desire to justify you. If not, listen to me. Hold your peace, and I will teach you wisdom.
I just had, excuse my language, a black mom moment.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do it? Shut up. Did you do it? Be quiet. Don't you say another word.
Don't say another word.
Answer me. I'm sorry.
That's what's happening right here. When Elihu comes to Job like this, he's like, I'm going to answer you. I'm going to tell you what's going on. And then in chapter 34, he begins to proclaim God's justice, which we don't have time today, but we'll come back to it.
You stayed in time. Yeah.
We'll come back to it tomorrow. Cups in the background. That's yes.
Our bad.
But nevertheless,
we're gonna do better.
Yeah, we're
not gonna be the trifling video people anymore.
Beat the snot out of children.
No, we're not.
Shut up!
They're children. We're going to move.
We're gonna move.
We're gonna go somewhere else, or go upstairs or something. They're kids. It's 6 of them. It's their house.
It ain't their house.
I'm
sorry.
Their house.
No, it's not.
But it's their house. Okay.
What you say is more than it is us. All right, we'll be back this evening, 5:00 for Fellowship Fun Fridays. We got to do it today.
Love y'all.
We missed it last week, but we'll be back tonight. Third time, just me. 5:00 tonight at 5:00 this afternoon for Fellowship Fun Fridays. Covenant Keepers, make sure you got your email. Make sure you RSVP for that outdoor event, outdoor socially distanced event. And we are still in worship, 8:00 on Sunday or 11:00 on Sunday. First Sunday, we'll be giving out communion and Sunday school books tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at the church drive-through, communion pickup, Sunday school pickup for those of you that are not coming to worship. However, those of you that are coming to worship, you can absolutely just pick them up once you come into the door on Sunday morning. All right. thanks everybody. We appreciate you guys being with us. Share this with somebody. Share it with a friend. Let them know we are here. So we'll be back Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with chapter 34 going in the book of Job. All right. Remember this. We love you and you can't do a thing about it. Grace and peace. Bye-bye.